Hi, I'm Jen, and welcome to Stress Busters 21-Day Yoga Challenge. Today's practice is all about starting your yoga practice. So let's begin in an easy seated posture. It doesn't really matter how close your knees are together or how much your ankles are crossed over, as long as it feels comfortable for you. You can let your arms relax, you can place your hands onto your knees, or you can actually place them down onto the floor. And we're going to begin by focusing on our breathing. So inhale, try to lift yourself nice and tall, top of your head towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, let your tailbone sink towards the floor. You want to create space all the way up and down your spine. Inhale again. This time we're going to open through our chest. And as you exhale, you just want to soften the shoulders a little bit more. Move them out to the sides of the room. One more breath, we're going to engage our belly. And then as you exhale, hold your belly but soften the muscles you sit on. Inhale, bring the arms up. And as you exhale, gently fold forward. So maybe stay here or walk your arms out a little bit further. And then relax the arms, bring the forearms and elbows to the ground. Inhale, pull that belly in tight, and exhale, drop your chest down. Good, take one more breath, and then let go of any remaining tension. Try to square those hips to the floor. We're slowly going to come back up, hands to knees. Use your arms to support yourself as you lift tall, and then change the cross legs around. Draw your hands up into a low prayer and just let your elbows relax down to the floor. Breathe in, again set your posture, and breathe out, sink the tailbone. Inhale, open through the chest, really feeling the rib cage move into the hands. Breathe out, shoulders back and wide. One more breath through the belly. And then exhale, sinking into the ground beneath you. Let's draw those hands up. Follow your hands with your eyes. And then open your palms, fold to the floor. Stay here or walk your arms out a little bit more. And then relax the elbows. Feel that stretch down the side of your rib cage. Pull the belly tight. Drop the chest down. And then let's take one more breath. Drop the head all the way down. Good, looking back up, we're going to draw the hands to the knees once more. And then slowly let yourself lift up nice and tall. Let's turn ourselves over into a table. So just bring your legs, sweep them underneath of you. And bring your hands under the shoulders. Bring your knees underneath of your hips. So you want to be making two sets of parallel lines. Everything squared up with everything else. So again, focusing on your breath, you just want to pull your shoulders back and your belly in. And then gently ground down through your fingers. Inhale again, looking forward. Breathing out. Let's take one more breath here, and then we're going to gently step back to our plank. So you can do this one leg at a time, alternating with your breath, or you can do two legs at a time. Okay, if you find this to be too intense, just let your knees come down gently, but hold your belly in so you're still making a straight line. Inhale, nice and strong. And then as you exhale, we're just going to uncurl our toes, sink back hips to heels, and let our arms come back alongside of our legs. Let your chest sink down, and then finally let your head curl under. So this is a nice restorative posture. So really let yourself relax and sink down into your mat. ready, slowly coming up into your kneeling pose. And place your hands on towards those thighs. Looking forward, setting your posture, just sort of getting in touch with how all of your muscles are feeling, if you have any tightness anywhere. Remember to relax those shoulders down. Again, big breath in and out. Let's draw the hands up and slowly bring them down into low prayer. Again, one big breath, opening your heart into your hands, and breathe out, relax the shoulders. Now let's come up to standing, so lift your hips, and then very carefully stepping one foot forward and then the other. Good, let your arms come down. Just take a deep breath, and you want to try and get your shoulders aligned over the hips, over the heels. Relax down, grounding into your mat. Breathe in, arms high, stretching it out, maybe looking towards your hands. And then as you exhale, we're going to gently bring the hands down and bend your knees. So bring your palms flat to the floor and bring your rib cage right against those thighs. You should feel a nice stretch down the lower back. Good, breathing in. From here, we're going to let the hands walk out. We're going to lift the heels and then sink the hips, coming into a very easy squat. Good, so this is going to open up through the knees. It's really going to stretch out the spine. And we can relax all of that as well, dropping the head down. So this is really opening up along the top of the spine. Let your chin draw right into your chest, forehead down. And then bring the eyes up. Very slowly, we're going to walk our hands back, and then we're just going to gently lower our hips down. Good. Extending your legs out in front, coming into your seated staff pose or Dandasana. So if you have very tight hamstrings, keep your arms slightly behind you. If not, bring them slightly in front of you so that it helps you to keep that upper body perpendicular or 90 degrees to the lower body. Breathe in, sitting tall, try to lift the toes to the ceiling. Breathe out, relax the muscles you sit on. Inhale again. Exhaling out, let's take one last breath. And then as you exhale, let's bring the hands back and fully relax. So that should feel like a nice release of tension off that low back. Bending your knees one at a time. Let's bring our hands all the way around the front, and let's drop our head down to our knees. So you can tuck your chin in, you can rest your forehead. And if that's too far for you, just bring your hands up, create a little perch with your forearms, and drop your forehead to the lower arms. Again, we're just looking to release any tension we may have built up. Good. From here, we're just going to bring our hands down to the floor, and we're going to scoop our hips closer to our heels, so we're middle of the mat, and then we're gently going to extend one leg, one elbow, the other leg, the other elbow. So if you feel comfortable with that, I want you to lower all the way down. And then let's bend those knees again. And let's extend the legs straight into the air. Good. Bend the knees again, bring the heels down. And let's bring the hands around the knees and just hugging it into the chest. If you want, you can gently roll side to side, and you just sort of feel a nice release of tension on that low back. And then back in the center, we're going to release our left leg. So bring that leg down. We're still holding on to the right leg, and then we're going to extend it straight up. Take your hands behind your calf, or maybe walk your hands a little higher up and just gently pull that leg down. Good. Try to drop the toes to your face. And then we're going to release that, bending. And let's bring the other knee up to meet it. Again, hug them in tight and release the right leg. Extend the left leg up, reach behind, and again, just walk the hands up a little higher if you can. Push the knee back so you're straightening the leg. Drop the toes down. And then releasing that, draw the other knee up. Good, hug it in tight again. And from here, we're going to reach our hands down to the outside of each foot. And then lift the heels up and let your legs come a little wider so that your knees come closer into your underarms. Happy baby pose. And again, this should feel really relaxing. So if you don't feel comfortable having the heels all the way up, you can gently bend them. So kind of go with whatever feels most comfortable for you. But it's all about being nice and relaxed in these postures. Good, and then slowly releasing one leg and one arm at a time. And then the same with the other. Good. Let's take those arms overhead for morning stretch. Really reaching your fingers in one direction, pointing your toes in the other direction. And then exhale, sweep those arms back down. So you want to leave a little bit of space between each hand and each hip. And we're just going to settle into our Savasana. So breathe in. Just think about all of those muscles, all of those joints. And then breathe out, relax everything. Let your feet turn out. Let your shoulders soften. Let the ground come up to support the weight of your head. And further relax through the neck, through the facial muscles. And along with relaxing the body, we want to relax the mind. So make sure you let go of any busy thoughts and focus on your breath, just as we did at the beginning of our session. Try to keep your breath evenly paced as you inhale and as you exhale. Good, and you could stay in Shavasana for as long as you want. We're going to come out of it now, so bending one knee at a time. Pull both knees up in towards the chest. Lift the heels, hands behind, and just roll yourself up to seated. Good. And then let your ankles cross underneath of you, just as we did at the beginning. And let's breathe in tall, lifting. And as you breathe out, maybe take one ear over to one shoulder. Inhale up, and let's go to the other side. Inhaling up. Let's draw our chin down to our chest. Inhale, eyes up to the ceiling, open through the throat. Exhale, eyes in front, and then draw those hands up overhead. As you exhale, we're just going to bring the hands down into prayer. And taking a deep breath, lift your heart into your hands. And as you breathe out, bow down and forward. forward. Inhale, coming back up whenever you feel ready. And namaste, everybody. Thanking you for joining me today's session.